How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. Amazon had their deals and I scooped up some Black Series figures that were on sale, one of them being Black Krrsantan, because I didn't want to pay the deluxe price retail. I paid like 28 bucks for him, which is still, but I didn't really pay it. I had some gift certificate money, so I was like, let me go ahead and scoop this Wookiee because I'm really excited to get him. He's a cool looking figure, and we don't really have very many Wookiees, especially not on new molds, so it'll be interesting to take a look at that. So with all that being said, let's take a closer look at the box and we'll get this bad boy open. Taking a look at the front of the box, you can see Amazon gave me a beat up box, but it's whatever. I got him for cheaper. Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett, Krrsantan down there at the bottom. On this side, we get some artwork of Krrsantan, which is very nice, and then we get that pale green for the Book of Boba Fett. On the back, Star Wars, the Black Series, Krrsantan, we've got a render and a blurb. A former gladiator turned deadly bounty hunter, Krrsantan is a towering black furred Wookiee who made a name for himself in the criminal underworld with his intimidating presence and raw strength. And he is number 4 in the Book of Boba Fett line. On this side, we get a render and the accessory and how tall he is, 6.9 inches. We'll still measure him just to be sure. With all of that being said, let's get this bad boy open. So we cut the tape down at the bottom, and then we can just pull him on out of this trash around the figure. If I can get the, jeez, I'm not to mess up my mouth. And we have a mummified Krrsantan in here. I definitely think it's actually the figure. How do I get him out? Give me a second. He's covered in some tissue paper, and we'll uncover. Oh, he looks cool. Look at that bad looking Wookiee. Here is Krrsantan out of the box. As you can see, he's a big burly Wookiee. He's got his armor on. He's got his big old blaster, and he's got some nice gray going on through that black. Very nicely detailed. The paint is weathered, and we've got some wash on the brown stuff, whatever that is. I guess it's another Wookiee pelt or something. I don't know. But we've got some nice brownish bronze on top of that gold armor, and the bandoliers are painted as well, and there's some nice detail. Sorry, it's not zooming in well. Some nice detail on the gun. We'll go over the accessories, but there's nice paint on that as well. I mean, there better be. It's a deluxe figure, quote unquote. So, you know, you see you got the etching there on the belt and on the chest piece. And we come up to that really, really nice head sculpt with the beads and the braided Wookiee hair and all that stuff. So he's a really cool looking figure. So yeah, if you were wondering about that, he's definitely way more accurate to the show than the first figure that came out, which is fair because that was based on his comic book appearance, but still, that one really sucked and I did not pick it up. Checking out his height, he stands at about just a hair under 7 inches. So they said like 6.9 inches, so that's about right for him. So yeah, fits right in there. He's about the right height. The actor is like 6'7" or something like that. Or yeah, so he's not super duper tall, but he's still a big guy. Going over the accessories, well, I knocked it over, unfortunately. How did that happen? He only has the one, which is this blaster, which is painted nicely. We got some blue down there on top of the silver to show that he's fired it quite a few times. Sorry, I am all hands today, but there's a nice little feature where it has a little peg, and you just, I'm about to drop the gun again. You just put the peg into his back, and it stays right there. So not a lot of accessories. It's Black Series, but we do get that blaster. It would have been cool to get some like electric effects for his knuckle dusters, but I digress. Going over the articulation, starting at the head, it is pretty limited on the forward and side to side, just because the sculpt gets in the way. It does go back a little bit, but not very much wiggle room. Shoulders are blocked by this as well, and it does have a butterfly, but let me see. Yeah, you can see it in there, but it's kind of blocked as well. Then we get the single swivel, which does not come up very far because, again, the sculpt gets in the way. And then we have wrists side to side, and he does have his painted knuckle dusters on his wrist, which is a nice touch. What the heck? Stuff just falling over everywhere, y'all. Coming down to the torso, there is a separation right here, and then we don't get a cut at the waist. There's one ball peg at the torso, so not a whole lot of movement there. Legs come forward about that far. Back about that far, to the side, all the way out, which is nice. Single hinge, so not a lot of movement there. And then coming down, we get rockers and a swivel on his feet. So kind of limited, but that's due to the sculpt and the accessories and all that. Still a really cool figure to have. Black Series did a good job this year. They came out with some really cool figures and some not so great ones, but the really cool ones were worth having. So I'm glad I got him for cheaper though. First up for scale and comparison, also from the Book of Boba Fett wave, here is Fennec Shand and Boba Fett. As you can see, he is taller than both of them, which is perfect. Next up, here he is with another new addition to my collection, Poplu, one of the Ewoks, and Chewbacca, who is of course taller than Krrsantan by a lot, but that's okay because Chewbacca is a lot taller than Krrsantan. So that's just how it scales out. Lastly, for some Black Series, here he is with Ezra Bridger and Mando. For some MCU Marvel Legends, here he is with Loki and Sylvie. And as you can see, Loki is a little bit too tall, but Sylvie seems about right, I guess. Here he is with Swoosh Articulated Icons, Martial Artist Sakat, and Jada Toys Universal Monsters Dracula. Here he is with some more Jada Toys, Chun-Li and Ryu from Ultra Street Fighter 2. Here he is with SH Figuarts and Mafex Harley Quinn. And then lastly, with some more SH Figuarts, here he is with Ultraman and Spider-Man, and I think that'll do it. So with all of that being said, y'all, I will say that the Star Wars Black Series Deluxe Black Krrsantan is totally worth it because he was totally worth it to me for the price that I got, which is to say less than retail. And if you all like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. I should say it more throughout the video, but you guys have been doing a pretty good job of doing it lately, but just make sure you hit the like button, just for me, pretty please. And hit subscribe if you're not subscribed so you can come back every week for my content because I do upload weekly, at least once a week on Tuesdays. And of course, comment down below. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you thought of Book of Boba Fett. Let me know how your day is going. All that other good stuff. I love you. I'll see you next time, man. Bye-bye. Mwah.